Chapter 3 A Great Deal. About a mile from my house in a strip mall off Shelbyville Road on the east side of Louisville is a baseball card store called Flip's Fan Club. The owner, Flip Valentini, sells new cards, old cards, comic books, and all kinds of collectibles from Mickey Mouse to Marilyn Monroe. He also buys all kinds of stuff and has some valuable things in his collection. Flip is a cool guy because he's really old, 60 or 70 or something, but he still reads comic books and cares about stuff that usually only kids care about. He told me he got the nickname Flip because when he was a kid, he and his friends played a game where they would flip baseball cards against a wall. The kid whose card landed closest to the wall got to keep all the cards that were flipped. It's hard to believe that kids actually used to do that. I mean, today those cards would be worth a fortune. If Flip had taken care of his cards when he was a kid, he'd be rich today. How was I to know that baseball cards would be worth anything? Flip laughs. He told me that when he grew up and left home, his mother threw his entire baseball card collection in the garbage. How can you imagine? Hundreds of cards from the 1940s and 1950s trashed? Have been traumatized him for life, I figure. That's probably why Flip started a business buying and selling cards when he retired. Flip's Fan Club opened about 6 months ago. The card store I used to go to, Home Run Heaven, went out of business, and Flip bought up all the stock. I ride my bike over to Flip's Fan Club all the time, so Flip knows me and is pretty nice to me. I took off my bike helmet and replaced it with my Dodgers cap before I entered the store. "Long time no see, Joey," he greeted me. There are only a few other people in the store. "What can I do for you today?" "I'm looking for a Jackie Robinson card, Mr. Valentini." "Brooklyn Dodgers," Flip mumbled, reaching under the counter. "Dem bums. My team, I grew up in Brooklyn, you know. Let me see. I got a 51 Robinson. I need a 1947, I replied. "His rookie year." "There are no 1947 cards, Joey." "What?" "They didn't print 'em. During World War II, the government needed as much paper and ink as they could get. The baseball card companies had to stop production. They didn't crank up again until 1948. There was no 1947 Jackie Robinson rookie card, Joey." My heart sank. I wouldn't be able to make my trip back in time after all. Flip saw how disappointed I was. "I do have something," he said, "but I gotta warn you that it's pretty expensive." He went to the back of the store and returned a few minutes later with a batch of cards in his hand. In 1947, Jackie Robinson was signed by the Bond Bread Company to endorse their products, Flip said. Bond issued a set of 13 cards with Robinson caught in a different pose for each one. They're very rare. The guy sold me the complete set a while ago. "How much is it worth?" I asked. "More than you have in your pocket, I bet." "How much?" $5,000. I exhaled. "Joey, I'll give it to you for $4,500 because you're a regular customer." $4,500? I had a $20 bill in my pocket. I had been hoping I would be able to use it to get a Robinson card and maybe a little change back. To come up with that amount, I would have to mow about 500 lawns, and I didn't even have a power mower. "How much is just one card?" "I hate to break up the set," Flip said, "because it makes it hard to sell the rest of it. But for you, one card, $400. Flip handed me one of the cards. There was a black and white photo of Jackie Robinson on the front. He was sliding into home plate. The umpire had thrown his arms out to his sides to indicate Robinson was safe. On the back of the card was a picture of a loaf of bread. Above the bread was Robinson's signature. After the words, "Homogenized Bond makes a hit with me every time." Below the bread were the words, "Folks, why not eat the bread that Jackie eats? Homogenized Bond." Right away I could feel that tingling sensation in my fingertips. That's how I could tell I'd be able to use the card to travel back through time. $400 was still way out of my league, but I had an idea. If I could come up with 400, I asked Flip, could I buy the card from you and then sell it back to you for 400? I only need the card for a few days. Why do you need a 47 Robinson card so badly? Flip asked, looking at me a little suspiciously. And why do you only need it for a few days? I'm a Dodger fan, I said, tipping my cap, and it's kind of a secret. Flip looked me over as if he were trying to decide if he could trust me or not. I shouldn't be doing this, he finally said, putting the card in a plastic holder. But I'm a lousy businessman. You love the bums. Take the card. No charge. Bring it back in a few days and we'll call it square. Does that sound like a deal to you? Yeah. Now get out of here before I change my mind. And take good care of that card, you hear? Flip warned, pointing his stubby finger at me. If you lose it or damage it, I'm gonna have to charge you for it. We shook hands. I put the card in my backpack and pedaled home with my treasure.